Oh, hello there. Uh, I wasn't expecting you so soon. But while you're here, do you mind if I ask you a question? Have you ever felt inferior in your life? Have you ever struggled to believe in yourself? Have you ever felt like the little brother in a group? Have you ever felt like player 2? Today I plan to break down Sonic's Lil Bro character, Miles Prower, or better known as Tails by all the LARPers. Sorry, I had to let my hatred of LARPers be known. Anyways, Tails has been Sonic's best friend for 34 years now, since 1992. He was first introduced in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Tails was generally considered just player 2 back then. He didn't really have a personality, actually. This was generally considered the thing for him for the most part before Sonic Adventure. Sega didn't actually have like a defined character for him, so in outside media, Tails' character was usually like inconsistent and all over the place. Like Archie Tails was completely different from Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog Tails, which was also completely different from Sad AM, which would also be completely different from Fleetway Comics. Unlike Sonic, who you could generally assume would follow the same pattern, Tails was never really the same, no matter the media. Hell, in some media, he wasn't even like Sonic's best friend, which is weird. But anyways, yeah. He was very inconsistent, that's the main thing that really mattered. The only thing that was actually consistent is that at some point he'd be seen as Sonic's little buddy. See, that's actually one thing I struggle with when it comes to talking about Tails. It's hard to talk about Tails without mentioning Sonic. Because if you've seen my Sonic video, Sonic is more independent as a character. He's static after all. Tails started off really nothing as more than player 2 to Sonic, so the issue is the starting parts of his arc all revolve around Sonic. So yeah, unlike Sonic, I think this video will genuinely be longer, because to define Sonic is shorter, simply because Sonic doesn't change. He's a static character. If I say who Sonic is today, that's not gonna change tomorrow. It's not gonna change the next day, and it will never change. Sonic is the same guy through and through. But Tails isn't a static character. Tails does change. He's a dynamic character, which is, if you don't know, the exact opposite of a static character. A dynamic character is a person that goes from character A to character B. Pretty much, they start the story incomplete and end the story complete. Again, using the truth example that I used in my Sonic video that I got from a random commenter in an older video that I watched about Sonic like a few years ago. I don't remember how old I was when I watched it. But anyways, yeah. Pretty much think of it like this. A static character like Sonic starts off with the truth. Since he already has the truth, he can't really be changed. His job now is to spread that truth to other people. Whereas Tails doesn't actually have the truth. He starts without the truth. So his job as a character is to get the truth. And when he gets the truth, it's to use said truth to mold his character around it. That's like pretty much the best way I can actually explain it. How being a dynamic character is, to be more exact. And well, this shows best in like my top 5 Sonic games of all time. Hit it! This game addresses how Tails is Sonic's shadow. He's always playing tag along. Even when they race in the game, Sonic is always encouraging Tails. In this game, at the start at least, Tails is completely, well not completely, but mostly dependent on Sonic. His theme, Believe in Yourself, even shows this best. Tails wants to be exactly like Sonic. He himself is aware of how toxic and how bad this would be for him, but it's still part of the first verse that he considers it, even though he knows the negatives, because he himself straight up proceeds to mention the negatives, but it doesn't stop him from considering it.
When I'm alone in my chair, I just go about wishing I wanna be strong. I really wanna be trusted. When all alone in my bed, I just go about yearning. I wanna be cool. I also wanna be like him, but that's not something I can do so easily. This is not simply my way, my style. Gotta get a hold of my life.
Actually, this song explains Tails' arc perfectly in my opinion. Even when he is later on separated from Sonic, he still can't get out of Sonic's shadow. When Tails later realizes who he is without Sonic, he starts to grow more into his own person. Tails was at one point a coward in quotation, but now he's a hero, at least at the end of the game. This was shown when he disarmed Eggman's nuke all by himself, after defeating Eggman in the Egg Walker, and he did it all by himself. This is all shown in Believe in Myself.
Away, before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
If I just follow you, I will not see the light. Now's the time to find my way through this life. I'm trying so hard to be strong. Many friends help me out. In return, I help them. Certain things I can do, and there's things that only I can do. No one's alone.
This part of the song is honestly the best part in my opinion. At first, the chorus sounds like Tails wants to fly high to meet Sonic, but now, as it goes on, it feels like he's genuinely flown into his own area. And now he isn't meeting Sonic just as a sidekick or as a shadow or a tag-along, but as his brother and someone who can even call him equal. He's someone that is nearly as capable as Sonic while having completely different abilities and things to do, which is admirable.
I wanna fly high so I can reach the highest of all of the heavens. Somebody will be waiting for me, so I have gotta fly higher. Gotta keep going, everything is a brand new challenge for me. I will believe in myself. This is the only start for me.
Every time I hear this part of the song, I genuinely start to cry a little. But this wouldn't be an analysis without me actually breaking down the characters into their flaws and strengths. One of Tails' strengths is, well, obvious. If you aren't a LARPer, if you're on a LARPer, everyone knows that Tails' strength is the fact that he's arguably the smartest character in the entire show. Did I just say show instead of game? Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. Did I just say show instead of games? Anyways, yeah. He's arguably the smartest when it comes to tinkering. But on the other hand, his other trait that was added in Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2, which was his Tails, dare I say, is more determined than Sonic. He has that unyielding will. You know, characters like Mark Grayson have. When they say they're gonna do something, they will do it no matter what. But this doesn't come without its own flaws. Tails is still a very young kid. He's like 8 to 12. And now that Sega has removed ages, he's very young. He is in fact naive too. As seen with how Eggman tricked him in Sonic Adventure 2.
Put the emerald down right there and back off.
You've turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
Whoa! You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy.
This is this is genuinely one of the biggest fumbles I've ever seen in a person's life, what Eggman did to him. And if I had to place Tails' fatal flaw, similar to how Sonic's fatal flaw was his selfishness, I'd say Tails' is his naivety. Yeah, he's a great inventor and all that, but he is not mature enough nor old enough to make big decisions on his own. This doesn't mean that his opinion isn't like valid or useful. Hell, he's probably the smartest person in 99% of the rooms that he enters. But it's just that he's young. Which, is it really bad? No, because again, he's gonna grow into the position with age. So, at the end of the day, who is Tails? Well, Tails is a child genius. He's smart enough to make a supercomputer with nothing but detergent and paper clips. He's, well, a naive and innocent kid. But at the end of the day, he's still Sonic's brother. They share what you'd call an unbreakable bond.